Good afternoon and welcome to Masterclass Junior. It is Monday. We are in the kitchen. Boris has laid out his roadmap for a normal life soon. So fingers crossed it all pans out. But in the meantime, it's time to cook. Got my little helper today, Emily. You've been out and about all afternoon. Did all the schoolwork this morning and he got herself out in the sunshine this afternoon. So
extremely sunny this afternoon.
Beautiful day. Absolutely stunning day. Now, today we're going to make a beautiful noodle dish. We're going to use leftover roast chicken from yesterday's Sunday dinner, which is really useful because most people will relate to that and have a bit leftover chicken. We're actually going to make like a noodle dish. It's a bit like satay and it's got a secret ingredient. Pop it out.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter is our secret ingredient. So satay, you know, that lovely nutty Asian sauce. We're going to use peanut butter in ours. So first of all, Pops, boil the kettle and let's soak the noodles. Now we're going to use these dried noodles here. And I always find the best way to cook these is to just soak them in boiling water rather than cook them in boiling water. If we soak them now, brilliant, off you go. Just cover them in freshly boiled water and leave it. And that will cook them enough for when we're ready in the pan in about 15-20 minutes. All right, keep going. It's a gooseneck kettle, so it's like a really slow pour. Just put a little bit more water in the kettle, please, Pops. And that will be almost there. We don't need much. Just put that to one side. Now, I've got my wok. We're just going to get this on a sort of low heat, so at least it gets going. Okay, and the first thing we want to start with is garlic and ginger, because these are like the holy trinity of Asian cooking. You put these together, the flavours are just immense, and it's like the backbone of everything. This is what's going to make your stir fry taste amazing. Okay, so squash the garlic, Pops. Give it some welly. Come on.
Ow,
There you go. We want, let's go 2 cloves of garlic today. Yeah?
3.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, you doing it?
Here's another clove.
Oh, cool. Well, that's quite a little one. Let's go, they're quite small, so let's do 3, because they are small. How are we doing today, Emily? Are you all right on the edit suite? She had a little wobble today. It was, the cameras had a little hissy fit, didn't they?
Yeah.
Not Emily. Emily didn't have a hissy fit. The cameras did. And the internet went, no. For a minute, and then it went, yes. Good girl. Keep your fingers up when you're doing that, yeah? Really, really important. So, golden rule when you're squashing garlic. Come here.
I'm sorry, I was just getting...
Oh, right, okay. Go on then. Pour your water over your noodles. You want it just so it just covers it, okay? That's plenty, Pops. That will cook them enough. That is the maximum amount of cooking that we need. Right, let's get back to squashing garlic. So, when you do it, Pops, put it there. Put your hand up like that,
okay.
Or a fist. So that if you slip, you're not going to cut yourself accidentally. So it's either hand up or a big fist.
Okay.
Which one?
Big fist.
Big fist. Don't pretend it's your brother.
Okay.
All right? Okay, so give it a smash. Properly. There we go. Next one. Give it a smash. That's it. Whoa, whoa, there we go. Good. Right, so let's slice and dice the garlic. So, it doesn't have to be chopped completely, just a little bit. There we go, that is enough. Let's push that to one side. Now, garlic. No, not garlic.
Ginger.
What's that? Ginger. I reckon that much is enough. So let's just take that. Now, there's 2 ways you can do this. Get the grater, the little hand plane grater. You can do it that way.
Yeah.
So with the smaller bits like this, they're quite hard. By the time you've peeled them, there'll be nothing left. So pop straight into the pan, please, because we don't want to lose any of it. You grate those straight in there, and I'll add a little bit of oil.
Smells gingery.
Funny that, it's ginger.
Yeah, really.
Right, okay. So the bigger pieces, so if you just cut into this, Emily, I'll show you how to peel this, okay? There are many ways of doing it. Some people do it with a spoon, actually. So if you get your garlic like that and just use a teaspoon, you can actually peel it, all right? If it's fresh ginger and it's not, you know, if it's really old and wrinkly and gnarly, you know, in the bottom of the veg drawer, it won't do this. But if you've just bought it from the supermarket or wherever you get your fruit and veg from, it will do this, okay? Ginger is incredibly good for you. And a lot of people say to me, oh, well, I don't like ginger. When you put ginger and garlic together, they take on a completely new flavour once they're combined. So I've got my thumb of ginger. I'm just going to slice into little pieces. Are you all right there?
Yeah.
It's keeping you busy?
Yeah.
Okay, so slice it long ways. Take it into 2 little piles. And then chop them into matchsticks. Do you want to go at this after I've done this bit? Chop them into matchsticks.
I'm doing this.
You're all right, are you? And then bundle all the matchsticks together and dice them the other way into little squares. Okay? And let's just pop that in the pan with the ginger and the garlic. Get those in together, and then I'll chop this.
Do you need this again?
No, it'll be all right. If you could just pop that in the bin for me, please. And then we'll just continue to chop this. So, Emily, have you any questions for me today?
No.
Are you unprepared?
No.
She's been very busy editing new recipes for Kitchen Craft. We've been filming some beautiful recipes today. Really, really tasty.
Do you need this?
No, thank you. Got a lovely rhubarb recipe for you later this week. That's a good one, isn't it? It was a good one, that one.
I have got a question actually.
Go on then.
You can get frozen ginger.
Can you?
You can.
Okay.
Can you use that instead of fresh? If you don't have.
I have never used frozen ginger in my life. I would imagine so, because it probably just comes in like little pucks and little ice cubes, kind of cubes of it. Yeah. Just watch the amount of moisture. There may well be water in there, so you might want to thaw it out overnight. I don't know, because I've not used it. Spoon? Yeah?
Metal spoon.
No, I'd rather a plastic one, please.
The plastic spoon.
Right, let's give that ginger a little shake. It might be in the dishwasher. Right, red pepper. Are you chopping today, young lady? Or me?
I'm chopping.
You're chopping. You get a spoon. Right, are you going to do the pepper for me? Do you know how to do the pepper?
Put the top off.
Yeah, cut the top off nice and slowly. Concentrate on what you're doing. Good.
You need to take this bit.
Yeah, so turn. Yeah, that's it. Good.
I chopped peppers for Daisy.
I know. Daisy the guinea pig gets red peppers. Very well looked after guinea pig. Isn't she?
Don't want any seeds.
Right, so get rid of the seeds. The seeds are the bitterness. A red pepper is really quite sweet. And there's more vitamin C in a red pepper than an orange. Did you know that?
No.
Well, there you go. Loads of vitamin C. Should we save that bit for Daisy?
Yeah, she'll eat.
All right,
She'll
we'll save-
nibble it.
Well, I'll save that bit for Daisy. Right, hang on. So we're going to cut the bottom off.
Okay.
All right?
Cut slices and then
yeah.
chop them up. Yeah.
So once you unravel it like that, it just means that you can... Oh, I'll go and wash that, you do that. Do you see what I'm doing?
Yeah. Slices.
So, you see how I'm holding it? Thumb at the back,
Yeah.
fingers at the front, tucked away. Yeah? Take your time, I'll just wash that. So in terms of vegetables, stir fries are a great way to just sort of bring lots of veggies together. You will have your own favourites, your own combinations of what you like. We are going red peppers, we've got mange tout and baby corn, popular veggies in our house with the kids, and then we're going to finish it with some spring onion at the very end, so it's actually raw and crunchy, so it'll be really, really nice. Okay?
So is asking is Daisy your pet puppy?
Yeah.
Daisy is the pet guinea pig. We used to have Ginger.
Died.
Ginger is no longer with us.
Somebody's laughing.
I know!
And you?
Come on, don't point a finger. Right, so peanut butter, soy sauce. So, baby corn. What you have to think about is which vegetables are denser and which ones are going to take longer to cook. So the peppers are going to take a while, the baby corn's going to take a while, the mange tout is going to take no time at all. Okay, so let's get those in. Slice that up for me. Good. So having a non-stick wok really helps with this.
No seeds.
Well, the odd seed is fine. Shall I slice this up?
Should a bit faster.
Well, I've had a lot of practice. Right, you're going to do the baby corn for me?
Just cut it into that.
Right, so I'm going to show you. So do you remember when I taught Thomas how to do cherry tomatoes? You do it like that, and you move the gripper in.
Yeah.
So you put your knife that way. So there's very little chance of you cutting yourself, you see.
Okay.
Like that. Into half is fine. Yeah.
Peanut butter.
So, put it down, put you like that.
Slice. Got it.
So you're nice and safe. If you're safe, you're confident. Okay? So, in with our baby corn. So, are you going to do the chicken, or am I?
You can do the chicken.
I thought you might say that.
Why?
I just thought you might.
What's the best bit if you haven't got leftover chicken?
Yeah.
And you want to cook your own, what's the best part?
Now, I like chicken thighs. I think thighs have so much more flavour and they don't dry out. And what would work really well with this is you could just take the thighs, marinate them up in a bit of soy sauce, salt and pepper, and chuck them in the oven for 20 minutes. And then just kind of cut them into pieces and throw them in. Leftover chicken, leftover pork would work really well. Beef could work as well. You could use, you could chuck aubergines in there. You could roast aubergines in the oven and then cut them up into little pieces and add those as a sort of plant-based alternative. You could do prawns, straight from the freezer, throw them in. But what we're using chicken today because that's kind of what's left, and I've designed this dish to use up some leftover roast chicken. Because as a kid, we would always have on a Monday something that involved leftover chicken. My mum would basically just make a pint of gravy and pour it over cold chicken. And I hated it, but, you know, sorry, Mum. But we've moved on now, haven't we? So
She's watching this.
I bet she's watching this, and I'm going to get a phone call afterwards. I know I am. As long as we don't mention the jam roly-poly, we'll be all right.
Oh, no.
Right, so I'm just going to take the chicken off. You don't really, it's fully cooked obviously from yesterday, but you don't really want to be adding this early on. You want to add it towards the end because it just needs to warm through. Right, Pops, what I'd like is 3 tablespoons of peanut butter in there. I bought the crunchy one because I think the texture's nice, but if you don't like the texture, use smooth, that's okay.
I like peanut butter.
Big spoonfuls.
Like?
Yeah, go for it.
This big?
Yeah. It's Monday. Let's start the week as we mean to go on.
Oh.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Giselle, chicken and mayo is what we got at school.
Chicken and mayo. Ooh.
I don't like mayo.
No, you don't. It was just the warm chicken. No, the warm gravy with cold chicken I found quite tricky. And I used to leave it to the very end until the chicken was at least a little bit warm. Right, there's some chicken. Good, right. That's plenty. But yeah, I think chicken thighs are really good for this dish because they just bring up loads of flavour. Right, let me wash my hands, Pops, and then I'll help you. So I've just planned the next 6 weeks worth of recipes. Just waiting for sign off. Got some really great ideas. Obviously, kids are looking at going back to school 8th of March. Fingers crossed, which will be great for everybody. Right, dark soy sauce or light, whichever you can get hold of. If you're using light, great. If you're using dark, just use a little bit less, add it more sparingly, and see how you get on. I'm also going to add a little bit of water from my noodles. And this boiled up will make our sauce. So if you turn the hob up, Pops,
To what number?
turn it up to number 8. Yeah? There we go. And that'll just come up to the boil. And as it comes up to the boil, it'll make a sauce, which is kind of nutty and savoury. Have a smell. What do you think? Smells good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Do you have to add peanut butter?
No, you don't have to. You could just do it with the soy sauce if you wanted to. And maybe a little Chinese 5-spice if you like that sort of thing. But this has got a nice sauce to it. So by the time we add the noodles and by the time we add the chicken, we've got a really nice sauce. But it's not like really heavy. It's quite light. It's quite fresh. Good for a Monday. So we've got another 6 weeks worth of recipes planned out now. Some really exciting dishes, some really interesting dishes. Dishes that are really going to kind of test the kids as well as sort of challenge them, because I think what we don't want to do is create patronising sort of kids' food. We want to help kids grow in the kitchen and really enjoy and find their sort of own culinary feat. Look, you see how it's thickened? Emily, just cut into there for me.
Yeah, it's already quite...
Do you see how that's thickened? Yeah, with the peanut butter and the soy, and we've now got a sauce. Perfect, okay? So...
Peter, Mum says you can't talk about chicken in gravy.
You know it's true, Mother.
And what about the roly pajama?
Shh, don't mention it. Right, in with the mange too, okay? You never tried it.
Yeah, but you said it was that bad.
I know. Right, okay, so, mange 2 in. Doesn't take a lot of cooking. Chicken in. Are you going to put that in for me?
You can.
Okay, alright.
Right now.
So, that's in. So, just try to be quite gentle now, because what we don't want to do is break the chicken up, okay? A little bit more water from the noodles. And then I'm going to take the spring onions, and we're just going to top them and tail them and pop them in. So have you got any questions out there, Emily, for me? I like questions.
Sorry.
That's all right. I'm going to slice my spring onions up, or green onions, or scallions, wherever you're from.
What would you put in instead of spring onions if you...
Why? What's wrong with spring onions? You don't have to add them. You could add fresh coriander if you like coriander. I just think... No, you don't have to. They add a freshness and a crispness and a crunch, which I think with good food, it's all about sort of textures and flavours and making sure that everything's like... I could add like loads of salted peanuts into here as well, and that would give it a really nice crunch. But we've got crunchy peanut butter here. So we're just going to bring this up to the boil. We'll have a little taste. You joining me for a little taste?
Serve it with noodles, please.
Yep.
Serve it with rice.
Of course you can. Yeah, absolutely. Let's just bring it up to the boil, Pops. But the great thing about this is these noodles take such little cooking while we're making everything else. The kind of timing wise, it's just a great Monday one-pot dish. We've all gone back to work again today, or back to school. And just to create something out of leftovers that's super fresh, delicious, easy to cook. Let's ease into the working week. What do you think?
I like the sauce.
Ooh, yeah. That's good. Don't know why I sound surprised.
Test the noodles.
Right, we need to get this hot before we add our noodles,
I
okay?
like to test them.
How's the noodles?
Good.
Good? Right, do you see how they've cooked?
They've cooked because they were in
Yeah.
nests.
Yeah. So the good thing about when they're in little nests, you know how many portions you need. Yeah?
Because one poach.
So if we just pop that in for now. Watch it. Stop eating everything. She's already raided the chocolate cupboard, haven't you?
No.
You did. Right, in with our noodles, okay?
Got one.
That'll do for now. Now, sesame seeds. Love sesame seeds. Okay, we've got black and white here. So we're going to add those. Lovely. You're going to add a handful of spring onions for me, Pops?
All of them?
No, a handful. Yeah, that's fine. Just give them a nice little sprinkle. Okay. Right, let's get... Right, can you... That bowl there, can you just empty that black bowl for me? Give it a clean, because we're going to serve up in a minute, because this is a quick Monday supper, because there's lots to do. We're back into the working week. So if you have any questions, you need to fire them in now, because we're going to serve up soon. That was Emily's cue to burst into action with an amazing question.
What else? If you don't like chicken, what can you use instead of chicken?
We've done that one.
Have you?
Yeah. So you can use any leftover cooked sort of meats, pork, beef. You could use prawns if you wanted to use prawns. You could roast some aubergines. I have a way of kind of, you take an aubergine and you cut the top and the bottom off, and then you char grill it and roast it in the oven with loads of salt and pepper and olive oil, and you almost end up with this kind of steak, which you can then carve and throw through. So if you wanted a more plant-based dish, absolutely the way to go with this one. I mean, you don't have to put chicken in this. You could just make an amazing stir-fry, satay stir-fry with or without chicken. Doesn't really matter. The chicken isn't really the important bit.
It looks really good.
It does look really good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Good, because you're having it for dinner.
If you make it too salty with the soy sauce, how can you balance it out?
So use on the recipe. I put light soy sauce because it is much lighter. It's less salty. It's not as dark and intense. Now, if you're using dark soy sauce, just go easy. And when Poppy and I tasted it, that before you put all the noodles in, because then it becomes sort of an amalgamated dish. You want to test the sauce and make sure it's right for you. If it's too salty, add a little bit more water. Bring it up to the boil and get that sauce how you want it. You know, you might want it more intense, you might not. You might not like it as peanut buttery as we've done. So you can put a little bit less in. Just remember, you can always add, you can't take away. Once it's in there, it's in, okay? But you can always add a little bit more if you need to. You could add some chili to it if you want. I bought some Szechuan peppercorns, which I will get out one day because they are amazing. I bought them online on Amazon and they're amazing. You just grind them down to a powder and season things up and you end up with like a Chinese style salt and pepper seasoning, which is delicious. Right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's serve up. So, got our noodles.
It's turned to quite a thick sauce now.
Yeah, well, because the noodles have actually absorbed some of the flavour and some of the liquid, which is why you want to sort of make it a little bit more watered down. So let's get some veggies out of there.
Some corn.
Some corn. You're going to sprinkle a few pieces of, just a few, not too many. Don't go mad. And then maybe a few extra spring onion, sesame seeds, because they're really good for you. We have black and white here today, so bit of pepper. Right, you ready? Okay, I'll do. But there you go. That is how to make a really quick, easy peanut butter noodles with leftover roast chicken. If you want the recipe, it's on masterclass.co website, and I'm sure they'll be posting it on the Facebook feed. Wednesday, what are we making? Oh, Wednesday we are making homemade steamed bao buns with.
My favourite.
I know you love them, don't you? I absolutely love bao buns. I wish more people knew about them, but they will. And we're going to make some really delicious little meatballs, Asian-style meatballs, ginger, garlic, and a little 5-spice, made out of good Cumberland sausage, because we live in the Lake District, in a little bao bun. They're going to be amazing. And then on Friday Poppy's menu is cinnamon night. So we'll be showing you how to make fish food, which is Ben & Jerry's flavour of ice cream, cookie dough ice cream, and homemade nachos. So get your movie ready for Friday. So we'll see you on Wednesday. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you then.